Today, we're going to look at a huge initiative that's really designed to power Oman's future. It's all centered around something called the UNESCO Chair at Sohar University, and we're going to break down exactly what that means and why it's such a big deal.
But first, let's start with a big question. Think about it. If you're a country whose economy has been powered by oil for decades, how do you pivot? How do you build a sustainable, prosperous future that looks completely different from the past? That right there is the core challenge Oman is tackling head-on.
Okay, so let's dive in.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with the big picture, Oman's national strategy. Then we'll zoom right into this new hub for green innovation. After that, we'll see how it turns research into real-world jobs, look at the benefits for the whole country, and finally, figure out how they're even going to measure success. To really get why this new initiative is so important, we first have to understand the national ambition that's driving all of this. You see, this isn't happening in a vacuum. It's a key piece of a much, much larger puzzle. And that puzzle is called Oman Vision 2040. This is the country's official roadmap for its future. The most crucial part of this whole plan is a fundamental shift, moving away from an economy that depends on oil to one that's diversified, sustainable, and really powered by knowledge and new ideas. This vision is the engine for the entire country's green transition.
So you have this huge national goal, but how do you actually make it happen? Well, you need a focal point, a center of gravity for all these new ideas and expertise. And that's exactly where Sohar University comes in, creating that very hub. Let's see how.
So the university is now home to something called a UNESCO Chair. Now that might sound a little academic, I get it, but just think of it as a supercharged center of excellence. It's a really prestigious title that basically signals that this university is a global hub for a specific, supercritical field of research.
And the details here are really key. This chair, which was set up in late 2025, is the very first of its kind in the entire Sultanate of Oman. And what's its focus? Emerging, renewable, and sustainable energy technologies. It's a direct answer to the goals of Vision 2040.
And believe me, this is no small ambition. The chair's official vision is to be a leading research hub. And not just for Oman. The goal is to contribute significantly to the global transition to a carbon-neutral economy. So it's about solving local challenges while also being a part of a worldwide solution.
Okay, so we've covered the why and the what. But how does a university research center actually change an entire country's economy? Well, this next part is all about connecting the dots, from what happens in the lab to people's actual livelihoods.
The best way to think about the chair is as a bridge. So on one side, you've got academic research, brilliant ideas and scientific discoveries. And on the other side, you've got economic opportunities, new companies and new jobs. The chair is the structure that connects those two sides.
And you can literally trace this path. It starts with pure research and discovery. That research leads to innovations and patents. I'm talking about things like new, super-efficient solar panel coatings designed specifically for desert heat, or smart AI for managing power grids. Then, those patents can be commercialized, becoming the foundation for new tech startups and creating high-skill industries right there in Oman.
And these aren't just abstract ideas either. The chair is tackling very specific, high-value questions. Take green hydrogen, for example. The question isn't just, can we make it? It's how can we scale it up to create a global export market? See? That's an economic question. For solar, it's all about engineering solutions for Oman's unique climate. Solving these practical problems is what unlocks massive economic potential.
Diversifying the economy is absolutely critical, but the impact of this chair goes so much deeper than that. It's really designed to directly benefit Omani society and its people, creating progress that you can actually feel in daily life.
This whole thing creates a powerful ripple effect. When the university succeeds, boosting its reputation, attracting top talent, society benefits directly. We're talking about new high-tech jobs for engineers and data scientists, a skilled Omani workforce that's ready for the green economy, and, ultimately, cleaner and more affordable energy for everyone. And this translates into real-world results for the country. Things like greater energy independence, a skilled workforce being trained for the jobs of the future, and of course, a cleaner environment, which means better public health. It's about building both economic resilience and a higher quality of life at the same time.
And what's really cool is that this work isn't just aligned with Oman's national goals, it maps directly onto the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These are global benchmarks for progress. It just goes to show that the chair's work has both local importance and real international significance.
So a mission this ambitious needs a clear plan and some concrete goals. How is this grand vision structured? And maybe more importantly, how will we know if it's actually working?
Well, this whole initiative is guided by 9 distinct strategic objectives, and they cover everything from pushing cutting-edge research and developing a skilled workforce to promoting entrepreneurship and even helping to shape national policy. It's a really comprehensive, focused strategy.
And this isn't some endless project either. The chair has a very defined 5-year mission. The whole goal is to use that time to build a solid, lasting foundation for Oman's sustainable energy future, creating momentum that's going to continue long after those 5 years are up. Which, brings us right back to where we started. The Sahar University UNESCO Chair is a strategic investment in knowledge, in innovation, and in people. It's a powerful answer to a really complex challenge. And it leaves us with one final thought. Could a single, focused university initiative truly redefine an entire nation's energy future? Well, Oman is betting that it can.